Hi, my name is Flossy. I'm a freedom-loving foodie that loves foraging, freediving, and forest dwelling. Frolic with me for a few and find out some fish facts, folklore, fables, and foresight for the future. Remember to be fierce and freaking fantastical. It just makes me eternally grateful that I decided to leave New Zealand and move to Canada.
Morning. It is early. I am up and driving half awake because I have places to be. I'm going to the beach. It's going to be great. And I'm excited because I'm planning on doing a cook-up, a catch and cook, but more of a harvest and cook. I'm not taking my pole spear because fishing doesn't open till the 1st of May. And I would like to forage a few things. So I'm excited to do that. It's going to be fun. Spend the day at the beach and just be there for as long as I want, in the water for as long as I want, and then eat some really tasty food that I cook myself from the ocean. So that's my goal, and I'm excited for it. So it might be a bit choppy out there when we get to swim. We're here. It's a little choppy out there. I'm excited to go for a swim. Oh, so beautiful. Right, heading down to the beach. This is a beautiful trail. It's still quite early. And look what I just found. Beauties. I'm gonna pick these now and I'll have them with my seafood lunch today. They're so pretty. Look at that. That's a great way of describing it. This beautiful visibility is the same when we're out there.
If you asked me where I saw myself 6 years from when I moved to Canada, diving in an aquarium-like ocean would not have been on my list. Living in a van, traveling to the ocean to freedive, forage, learn about marine creatures, explore the myriads of beautiful types of kelp, seaweed, and watch as the ocean sends its sparkling finger rays down through the water, exploring new crabs, hermit crabs, sea urchins, whelks, and learning about the micro intertidal life has all been a very exciting journey. I like the diversity of creatures, the habitat and marine biology that I've been learning about. Here even the colors underwater are gorgeous. These perch and juvenile rockfish cohabitating. When I start diving, I often start at the surface level, the first 2 to 3 meters. Here, amongst a beautiful kelp forest, lit up, truly like an aquarium, small creatures, anemones, nudibranchs live amongst the rocks. Did you see what I see? Sharing these experiences with people, both here online, through those of you who found me through my Step Van conversion, or those who I meet in real life and invite to come for a swim, a snorkel, or a freedive with me. As together we educate each other, share knowledge, learn about fish creatures, marine biology, what you can eat, what you can forage, is all why I do this. From learning about gumboot chitons and the indigenous history of them, through the different types of coralline algae. I'm looking here to see if there are any large fish lurking underneath. We've gotten past the first 5 meters and we're starting to get to the 10, 15, 16 meter mark. Pressing the limits of my air, my lungs, my breath hold. I like extending myself, but it takes me a bit to warm up. Having a torch underwater has been a real game changer. To be able to see the true vibrance of colours, to be able to illuminate sea creatures that I am finding underwater, to truly see what they look like. The deeper you go, the less colours you see. Red is the first to disappear, like you can see in this gorgeous sunflower starfish. The stripes contrasting so beautifully, blue, orange and red. It honestly feels like I'm diving in a marine reserve. Maybe this should be. It's gorgeous. Nestled in the rocks, as you go slowly around, what looks like a barren, rocky floor actually contains a myriad of life forms. And it feels exciting to delve into this world to explore them all. I can't wait to spend more time down here as I get better at this. I've recently got a dive watch, so now I can track my depths, how actually deep I think I'm going and how long I'm diving for. With freediving, it is a real good practice to spend 2 to 3 times the amount of time that you are underwater on the surface for a breathe up. Making sure you get the full oxygen back into your brain. Some of the biggest nudibranchs I have seen here. The life and the current on the west coast of Vancouver Island is absolutely amazing. It keeps things alive and vibrant. However, there is an overpopulation of sea urchins. Further up the coast of Vancouver Island, there are more sea otters. This far down, there isn't as many. So the sea urchins don't really have many predators, especially when they get this large. However, it is very, very encouraging to see such large schools of rockfish juveniles and the kelp greenling as they hide and dart amongst the kelp fronds. This environment is truly alive. At certain times of year, big flocks of jellyfish get washed into the shoreline. I just got mesmerized floating here at the surface with my face surrounded by thousands of them. I'm used to playing in the surf. I'm from New Zealand. A lot of the coast of New Zealand is surf coast. So to climb up these rocks and get a little tossed around in the waves is not unusual to me. I'm very grateful that I now have a really great brand new suit with lots of Kevlar on it that can withstand the abuse that I put it through as I get washing machine tumbled trying to climb up the rocks to inspect the gooseneck barnacles and mussels that grow here. However, coming out of it laughing, you can see the turbulence in the water. There is quite a bit of swell here. Instead, laughing, I decided to go round the corner to enter the rocks from a slightly more protected section. Climbing up slowly, I removed my fins and scrambled across. Mussels for lunch? That's a nice idea. What a beautiful view from here.
I tried to get in here And I just got tossed around like a washing machine. Look at it.
Heading back, it was quite hilarious. There had been a goose quacking up a storm, so I decided to see what it would look like from the underside. Look at its tiny feet! If you haven't seen these crabs before, they look like a creature from outer space. As you go deeper, you lose the bright vibrancy of the red, so with a torch, you can see how gorgeous they are. Closer to the surface, they are even more red and orange. It is really magnificent. They are gorgeous, giants of the ocean.
13.1 meters. I don't know what 13 meters is in feet. I don't have my... About 40? Woohoo! That's awesome.
If you're gonna harvest sea urchins, there are some really huge ones out there. Huge sea urchins. Be careful of the spines, you do not want to get them lodged in your skin. Uni, the indigenous word for sea urchins, also called kinna in New Zealand.
So you eat the yellow bit. Alright. They eat seaweed, so all the green stuff is seaweed. Oh. So I'm just cleaning it off. And then you just go. Oh my god. It's sweet, creamy, and like sort of like roe and an oyster. Raw oyster, like that kind
and
of.
it's like, it's short, it's not like, you can eat it.
Oh, yeah, try a little bit.
Sag ich so ein Stück davon, Emma?
It's delicious. Meaning it's not that bad.
A New Zealand white wine, because I am a Kiwi. But I think I'm gonna cook the mushrooms first, because then we can put that on afterwards. And I only have one pan. I was just walking in and I was like, hang on a second, I know what those are.
So I'm watching how you prepare these things, because I know
The oyster
that I've
mushrooms?
seen them. I saw them yesterday when I was walking on Salt Spring.
It's the same way as you would prepare any other mushroom, really. All I did was check for bugs.
Check for bugs, cut off the stem.
Brush them.
Yeah.
Lots of butter.
Or in my case, coconut oil.
For visiting elk, they can come over in the fall maybe.
Wow. I feel good. So good. Garlic. Same sesame seeds on this. I got it. Mmm. Really tasty.
Unbelievable.
I think it was possibly seaweed. That's the seaweed or seaweed. White. It's bright orange.
Oh, that's the one I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at the green one, but the green one's probably.
That's more from the work I do.
If nature's fee was my dive knife, I'm happy to pay. I always believe Neptune asks a price for something that is valuable. I strongly believe in superstitions like that. So I pay all gratitude to the land, the ocean, and the spirits of the land and the spirits of the ocean, and give honor to the creature's life. Leaving the beach just as the sun goes behind the tree. Tired and happy. What a stunning day at the beach. I have been here all day. The sun has just dipped behind the trees, and I am starting to haul everything back up to the van. I absolutely cannot believe that I found a Puget Sound king crab. I have only ever seen one other Puget Sound king crab before, ever, and that one was caught in fishing line, and I freed it, and then when I went back down to try and find it again, it was gone. So this is the second time I've ever seen one. I'm getting better at spotting things. They are the masters of disguise and hiding. They blend into the rocks and look like rocks covered in coral. They're so beautiful and such magnificent creatures. I really appreciate the opportunity to share and educate on marine species and like, what is something, where does it live, how old can it get, and that kind of thing. And as I was there throughout the rest of the day, and one guy came back and he's like, actually, I don't know how to identify a kelp greenling. And I was able to share with him like a description of what it looked like, and then advise him to do his own research, because the male and the female of the kelp greenlings look slightly different. And I think the more I think about this, the more I want to share and educate more. Because too often I think people go, oh, I'm just going to go do it, and don't check for the regulations first. And things like red tide and paralytic shellfish poisoning are really dangerous and important to be aware of. Anyway, it is a beautiful afternoon. Among other things, all of the spring flowers are out. So there are a lot of these red elderflower. So I'm going to make some beautiful elderberry cordial.
Oh, so pretty.
If you're not already aware of my obsession with step vans, seeing this cute pink and blue one convert into a food truck at the end of the day was gorgeous.
So cool.
Disappearing into the forest on the way home, I just couldn't believe that this was probably one of the most perfect days I've had. Sunsets, lakes, oceans, fresh water. Just feeling deeply into the gratitude that I can live in the van, go to places like this and take my home, my tiny home on wheels with me. Van life at its best, freediving. Really? Vancouver Island has it all.
Still water in it.
What a gorgeous sunset. I feel very, very lucky to be in such a beautiful place and to be surrounded by gorgeous nature. There's beaver dams in there and beautiful trails, and spending some time with my friend today in the forest. It's spring. We made it through another winter. I did it. We did it. You did it if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. And you can do it if you're in the Southern Hemisphere. It won't last forever. It just makes me eternally grateful that I decided to leave New Zealand and move to Canada. And you would think, why leave somewhere so beautiful? And to be honest, who knows how long I'll be in Canada? But right now, in this very, very instant moment, in the present moment, I am very grateful to be exactly where I am right now and sharing this with you today. They're so cool. Look at them. They look like little vegan sausages. All of their little puffy seeds doing the about to blow away thing. I just had to stop. It's too beautiful. I love a sunset, and we haven't had very many clouds at all in the last few days. It's been gloriously hot and warm. So this beautiful dusky glow. And I just was like, I have to. And then the geese started making beautiful noise over this lake. And there's a beaver dam over there. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It will tell you when I post videos. I'm moving my publication day to Monday. I've had a readjustment in my work schedule, and this will help me balance things and not burn out. A huge thank you to my Patreons. Your support, as always, means the world. I've got exciting, not to be published on YouTube videos up there for you all right now. I'm looking forward to next week. See you next Monday. Bye.